All right, second video. So this is what I've done so far. I know this looks like a mess, but there is a logic to it. So basically, the new control module is right here. I zip tied it on to the side of the battery. This is the little battery clamp, or whatever you want to call it. And right now, the power lead for this module is just kind of sitting there. I have to go find a fuse, inline fuse for it tomorrow. And that powers that. And this is, I don't know, some other kind of control module thingy that goes to it. Actually, that's the power. Anyways, so then what's happening here is it's hard to see, but this shiny stuff is a special kind of tape called silicone tape that is very flexible and rubbery and sticks to itself and hardens over time. It's the same stuff that I wrapped. Well, I mean, it stays kind of soft, but it sticks to itself and stays waterproof. Anyways, I used it on a couple of things, fixing the bike earlier before. Anyways, so this is the side that goes out to the LEDs in the back, and this is the side that comes in from the wiring harness, main wiring harness, which is all this stuff. This is a temporary setup right now. Tomorrow I'm going to, they're called beans, but they're basically tiny little wire clamps that are enclosed, and they make for a very small connection. That'll all get taped together with the silicone tape, and that'll become one piece, and it's going to live up here under the seats like this. It'll be twisted around, safely tucked underneath this, which is the main brains module of the whole bike, which sits under the seat. And everything will be tucked away nice and safe under there and living its best life. So after that, this is the part that goes to the wiring harness, and this little line down here, that shiny thing down there, is this side. Comes out, goes up, goes under, comes through, and what it's doing is it's going underneath this part of the frame, and it comes up these wires. And let me see if I could do this carefully. This is the fender, and it comes into this rubber grommet that you cannot see, but there is a rubber grommet there. And that rubber grommet protects water coming in and out. And that is the wires, and they come through this rubber tubing that is hard glued. I mean, it is some of the toughest glue. It's probably like, whatever they call it stuff, S900 or something. It's like some seriously tough glue that does not want to come off, so I'm very impressed. And it comes all the way out, comes out here, and then this is the rest of the wires, and these also are temporary, everything's set up. So that's how far I've gotten so far, and a quick test. Once again, this will get bright because these LEDs are insanely bright, and I think I know why people get... Oops, where's my keys? I took my keys out. I think people use... they use smoke instead of clear lenses, or the amber lenses that I have at the moment, which are the same amber or orange, or whatever you want to call them. Amber lenses for the front are the same ones that I have at the moment for the rear. There they are. There's one, there's two. And I think that the reason people use smoke lenses on these is because they are so insanely bright. I did not realize until literally right before I turned the phone on, I stared directly in a straight line to these LEDs. Right now, these LEDs, it's only the ring. It's the outer ring. But as you come out, you can see it literally seems like a laser. It is so bright. And when you put on the brake, it gets even brighter. And that's what I did when I was looking at it, and it burned my retina. So that's why they use smoke. But anyways, there's the brake. There's the brake. Here's the right turn signal. Oh, sorry, there's the right turn signal working. Here's the left turn signal working. And you can see that the middle comes on and off. I'm really sorry about how bright that is, but that's just how it is. And I had to double check. I have to do this real quick. My emergency flashers work. And there they are on the front. Now that is a bright LED bulb, and that's on the low beam. That's the high beam. And you can see that, it's hard to see, but only that one little, these 3 on the bottom come on. There's 3 on the top. There's basically like a triangle on top and a triangle on bottom. And it's not that, so this one in the middle is bigger than the ones on the outside, it looks like. So I think that that's what basically creates a high beam. It like doubles the intensity of that LED light. And I have had cars at night flash their brights at me when I've only had the hang on, I gotta hang on. Sorry about that. I gotta turn off the flashers before I turn the bike off. There we go. All right. Anyways, yeah, I've had cars flash me with their bright lights because they thought that my headlamp was too bright. And I think that was when I first got the bike, and it might have been aimed up a little bit high. I readjusted it according to, like, you know, looking online, Harley Davidson, how do you adjust the headlight on a Harley? And I used at night when this car wasn't here, I used that back wall and had all the lights off and everything and adjusted it properly. I haven't had anyone flash their lights at me. So, I mean, that's kind of ridiculous too, because modern cars with their LEDs are blindingly bright at night, and those are low beams. I don't know if I'm not like night blind or I have night sensitivity. Maybe I do, but they literally, the high intensity LED beams on a lot of cars on particular brands, they seem to vary immensely. And I have had high beams on LED, modern high beams on cars coming at me, and I couldn't see the fucking road at all. It was dangerous. I fucking hate it. I don't like them. So these rear lights and the ones that are going to go in here in the front, those didn't show up. They had they were ordered and got lost by the U.S. Postal Service. And anyways, I'm going to get new ones. And they have a white outer ring and a yellow internal flasher. It's the same thing as those other ones where they have a ring and a middle. And the white ring would be the running light. So instead of having the yellow, dull kind of yellow underneath a bright LED, it'll be 3 bright LEDs. Fuck, it might blind people, whatever, you know. Cars blind me all the time. It's like the modern thing now, I guess, until there's some sort of regulation, which isn't going to fucking happen because people, the government's just too overwhelmed with other stuff to regulate light, the intensity of beams on cars. But anyways, yeah, that's the wiring so far. It is temporary. But it works, and that's the general idea of what's going on. I don't know yet how to solve this set of wires coming out. They have to then basically come around, be attached to the inside here. They're going to attach to, hang on, let me find it. this is actually a clamp part that anyways, it rests basically like this, but in the opposite direction, and turns into a clamp. And that is, you run the wire down across that and then across here, and here's another clamp. And then the wires go through here, which would be here, and then they come out through here, which this goes on the side there. So they end up on the side there, and then they travel up through, let's see if I can find one. Okay, there's one. They travel through what I call the wing, and this wing sits on, I know I'm over-explaining this, but I'm being a nerd right now. It sits on this piece like that. The wires come through right here in the front. That's where the bolt goes, which is that bolt right there. And the wires come through here, and then they go through here, and bam. So my problem that I have to resolve tomorrow is, after this is inserted into the thing properly, and that's inserted and then the cap is on, there's not much room in here for wires to exist. But I need to make a connection that is more, I can't use wire nuts. It needs to be watertight. It needs to come out and be snug onto here, and then snug onto here, and snug onto here, and snug onto here until it reaches here. I can't have wire sticking out like my bike tire literally is this far away. It's you know, it's like that. You know, it's not, I can't, yeah. That's the problem for tomorrow. Right now I'm hungry, which is probably why I'm rambling. And I got a head cold. And I think my second round of meds is wearing off. So, I'm signing out. This has been damn fun, though. Yeah, I'll make more videos tomorrow.